I've been feeling pretty lonely again, and it's been like this for years. I actually coped in all sort of ways to escape it, and I know it's kind of a bit cringe, but I recently wanted to really understand this thing, so I researched it, tried talking in online chat rooms or whatever, just to figure out how to get rid of loneliness forever. Let's find out. So, what is loneliness anyway? It's simply the uncomfortable feeling when you perceive a gap between your desires for social connection and actual experiences of it. So you feel like you're abandoned even when you're around people and feel like an outcast. And there are many reasons why this might happen. Obviously, we know that a bunch of people we meet are normies who don't understand us, but it can also be caused by childhood abuse, lack of social skills, moving to somewhere else, or maybe even your mental illness, but maybe not autism, because if you had it, you'd probably move a bit differently, which you probably don't have autism. I don't know. But what's really, really interesting about loneliness is that it is subjective, meaning it doesn't matter if you have friends or are completely alone, you might still feel it anyway. And so it's kind of like Adlerian psychology or individual psychology, but don't get it wrong, because it does not blame you for your loneliness. You know that we do lots of things without being aware of, but it just emphasizes that we are responsible for how we perceive things, okay? So you can actually be alone, but happy in solitude, which is basically like having time for yourself to relieve stress and self-reflect, etc. Especially when people today are so addicted to the internet, they don't know themselves or anything.
The modern world is very busy. The old world was very, you had downtime in the old world. Today, you turn on television or whatever, you stay busy. See, I don't have a phone. I'm isolated, right? All I can do is talk to this camera and open the Bible.
So I believe that everyone should take a little time for themselves as the first step to end loneliness. But of course, you don't want to be like that forever, otherwise you'd be a schizoid. So I've seen people trying to make friends by going through IRC or Discord chat room, and I tried doing that too, honestly. These things can be a big relief somehow from feeling like no one understands you, and you can chill there a little bit. But you can observe the recent conversations or maybe their usernames and then just ask open-ended questions about it, if you want to really have good conversations, because people really see themselves as the center of their world, and if you make them feel good about themselves and act altruistic, quote-unquote, expecting nothing in return, people will start to like you. Just share a little bit also about yourself when it's relevant, so it's like caring and sharing. However, in these chat rooms, in my experience, they're just not the best way to make friends online, since most people there are just terminally on the internet playing games and shit posting all the time, and these are probably not the kind of people you want to be friends with. And I don't even think about asking people to be your friends by posting your Discord username or something on a thread, because people don't know you whether you're interested or not. So you might have some small talks, but they won't get well enough, because frankly pretty much all friendships just start accidentally, as far as I believe. I remember when I was on Instagram wandering around accounts or whatever, and there was someone with 300 followers posting every day an image of Squid Girl with a note about how his day was. And on one of his posts he had a bad day, so I just asked him about it on the comment just out of curiosity, and he hopped onto my DMs and he sent 3 paragraphs. He was venting, so I read them or replied to him, and we kept talking more and more, and we found out we had really, really similar interests. Our first chat was 3 hours long, which is kind of crazy, but after weeks we became friends, and really, really close friends, until I screwed it up completely by following my emotions, and it was pretty much my biggest regret in my life, but whatever. In real life, it's virtually the same, and I might sound hypocritical here because I honestly don't have friends right now, since I have to focus on important stuff in my life. I'm still on solitude, but I'm so decent in social skills. So you might think that people in real life are just all against you, but that's probably not true. I used to believe that, honestly. It turns out not necessarily true in the sense that you think. They're just sharing their opinions. They're closed-minded, I know, and maybe you just perceive them as your enemies. So to deal with this, you can just use a text editor or something. Just think of the past situations and just describe them and write what people did or said, and then write how you felt about them. at the moment, or how you felt in general. And like, I know, it might sound stupid, but this kind of helps you observe what's happening a bit objectively to see that some of your perception may just not be true. I know that real life interactions are challenging, are way more challenging than the internet. Like, they involve body language, dealing with anxiety, being assertive, blah, blah, blah. Like, I still struggle with that a little bit myself, but, they're just out of the scope now. We'll probably think about them soon, but I believe that it's possible to gradually de-NPC anybody, and that you can be different from normies and yet still get their respect, just like Japan during the 19th century, which like got modernized but not westernized. Like, it kept its own values and traditions, and yet it earned respect from the whole world until like World War II. But anyway, that's how I see it. Again, remember, just take some time for yourself first, and thanks for watching.